All right, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Wab Rumya back with another lesson, Lord, willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Rakak Kwadash, Baraka for Yahweh, Baraka for Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, a great millstone who taught me the truth, Shalom. To the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways, prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a Shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai by their faith. So I got another lesson I want to bring out through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shit, I'm really just not getting my internet back up. It's kind of late where I'm at, so try to knock this lesson out for it before I damn near doze off. So let's hit these scriptures. I mean, hit these videos, hit a couple scriptures, and Lord willing to be edifying. They're going to create a problem. Oh man, the way the Lord has been showing me this thing, they're going to create the problem. People panic. They want a solution. They want protection. And what the governments are going to say is that there appears to be alien species that look human and alien and of course then there's the real human. But how are we going to be able to tell the difference? So what they're going to insist is that real humans have to go and take a mark, have to go and get digital identification, have to go and get something in their right hand or in their forehead. And imagine if they say that, if the governments of the world unite and say that the only way we can fight this foreign alien invasion is if the governments of the world unite. What are the citizens of the world going to do? They're going to say yes, of course. And they're going to, and then of course, there will be the good alien, bad alien dynamic. So there will be good aliens whom the governments will be willing to side with, then there'll be the bad aliens who the governments are saying these guys are evil, and they appear like real human beings. So now, can you imagine any Christian who knows that the Bible says that whoever receives the mark of the beast on their right hand or on their forehead has been eternally damned and cut off from salvation forever? So every believer will refuse to take the mark. And that's what sets them up to be killed during the tribulation.
Wow. And the amazing thing is that once a believer is filled with the Holy Spirit, they're more powerful than those aliens, whatever they call them, but they are demons.
Yeah.
So
Let me read that scripture, please. It's in Revelation 14, verse 9.
Okay.
And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, that means that if any man gives his loyalty to the beast, which is the system, the technological dystopian system that is coming. If any man worships the beast and his image, that means if anybody receives the mark, if anybody, because can you imagine what's going to happen when you can take a microchip that has artificial intelligence in it and insert it into the brain?
It changes everything.
It's going to change everything. And that's the mark. And that's what Satan wants. Satan wants mind control. That's why you see them at the World Cup doing this. Remember, we talked about this in the documentary.
Yeah.
The all-seeing eye of Lucifer. Can Lucifer be everywhere at the same time? No way. So how is he going to have an all-seeing eye if human beings are willing to put microchips in their brain? Because if you take the brain, you cut it in half, you open it up like this, you look at the cross-section, there is what is called the basal ganglia at the core of the brain, and it looks like an eye. And pretty good video, but the only thing getting wrong is that the Christians are going to be first ones in line to take it because they're going to play on the emotions of you Christians, you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. And that's the reason why the Lord had set up the apostles last, to get away from all this emotions that Esau has played on for many years, man. And a lot of people are going to take this man's mark because of your attachment with this world. And that's why he can play on your emotions and, say that you're going to be able to do this, you're going to do that, or this. If you would take this mark, you will be able to do this, you'll be able to do that, or somebody that, matter of fact, it's like Chris Johnson, man. I want to go back to that video, Shalakia. But let me play this Chris Johnson video first, and I'll go back to it. He's a lot of people's hero. Played football, Tennessee Titans, and he has ALS. And a lot of people are going to say that, yeah, he needed it. He had to have it. But this ultimately is going to lead to his destruction, man, just as well as anyone else that takes it. And I don't know for a fact he took it, but he has the same disease that guy Hawkins, the dude was in a wheelchair, had, Stephen Hawkins. So yeah, man, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, he need to take it. He got this disease. He's not able to function like he used to. He's not able to do the things. He's play with his kids, and they're going to see they're going to see the mark as a miracle, man. And they're gonna line up to take it. And then, like I said, they seeing one person that they looked up to and had him as an idol in a sense. They're gonna say he got it, so it's okay for me to take it. The Lord ain't gonna care about that. And that's how people are gonna play it, man. Everything is it's gonna stem from your emotional ties to this world. Now check this out. This is Chris Johnson, man.
For me, it's shocking. It's hard to process it for me because I know you, Chris, from just the incredible athlete that you are. How do you process it?
Honestly, I don't know if you ever fully process it. At first, you're in shock. Then you realize you have two choices. You can give up or you can fight. I chose to fight.
And Brittany, what was it like for you when you found out that Chris had ALS?
All I could think about was our kids and how young they are. Just, you're in denial. You want it to be anything else. You want the doctors to be wrong. The life that we previously had is like now a thing of the past. But we're still hopeful. We're hopeful, that a breakthrough will happen and that, or, God, a miracle will happen,
And what kind of support has helped you the most through this?
Without a doubt, my wife, Brittany, she hasn't left my side through any of this. My kids are also a huge part of why I keep going. Every day I wake up wanting more time with them to make more memories and just be their dad. They give me a reason to keep fighting.
Love it. And you notice his wife said miracles. So she's already, I ain't gonna say I don't know for sure, but she's gonna be on the not even on the fence, but she's gonna be on the up and up on taking whatever they present to them because it's gonna be a miracle to them. She's gonna want to go back to that lifestyle that they once had, where they was able to go and travel and do all the things that they was able to do with their kids. But we're looking at it as the MOTB, the mark, man, which is going to lead to your destruction. And that's how anybody should look at it. But, just, what I mean, man. Once you have a lifestyle that you're accustomed to having and you lose it, you're going to do everything you can to get it back, man. So that's why I say, man, she's going to push him to do whatever it takes to get him back in full power, man. And a lot of our people are going to say that he needs it, man. He got to have that mark to function in society, man. Not knowing that this great destruction is coming, we're taking it, man.
6G will track everyone, everywhere, all day, every day. That's what the CEO of Qualcomm just admitted in a podcast.
6G is going to do, not only at your neighborhood, not only at the city, at the state, but at the entire country level, will map the digital twin, I think, of the world. And that also become very interesting. Of course, in today's, I think, environment, if I say that, everybody will understand it. Like you can do drone detection. Everything that is moving is going to be tracked. You have a radar at scale.
So basically, 6G won't just track digital devices. They're talking about building a model of the entire world where they can track anything that moves. This is even scarier than what he admitted earlier.
What is 6G? 6G is designed for AI. So in addition of the networks making connectivity and give you faster connections, will sense everything around you. You take the AI to the next level, you can actually get facial recognition of everybody in the room. That's going to be done at scale at a 6G network, and that's more context.
It almost makes no sense for him to admit something like this so publicly. But then again, they're all openly admitting that 6G is pretty damn scary.
So we're into 6G now. I just 5G. I was a leader on 5G getting that done. and now they're up to 6. What is that? They'll give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin. I like the cameras the old days. So they just had a nice picture. Now they cover every little and see, Michael, you're in good shape. But I tell you, it's the 6 is coming, huh?
And by the way, this gets even worse because this 6G mass surveillance is also tied into all these AI companies and their shiny new products.
We're working with pretty much all of them.
Yeah, so like OpenAI, Meta.
All of them. And you have different things that people wear. Glasses is the easiest one to understand, but they're going to be more. They're going to be jewelry, pins, pendants, things that you wear, and it can connect you to an agent.
And if for some reason smart glasses aren't cutting it for you, well, you can go to your local Nokia store and get a 6G implant.
About 6G earlier, which is around 2030, I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface.
Wow.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
See, he said it's going to be built directly into your body. Now, I don't know what IUIC, IUPK, and any other Israelite group that can't see that the mark is what the apostles and elders of Great Millstone has said it was, which is the the mark of the beast was the microchip and the brain chip. Your hand or your right hand on your forehead, man. Scriptures clearly tell you that. So I don't understand why they can't see it. They have to have sold out, man, because if you're telling someone that it's okay to take it, man, you're leading them to destruction just as well as you're going to be destroyed yourself. Now, we just want to hit a couple scriptures, man. Like I said, man, it's kind of late. I just want to do a quick lesson because I had those videos I had ran across today. But these scriptures, man, we know, man, you just basically hammer them in because your faith is the only thing you're going to be able to depend on, and that's in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. This is 2 Corinthians 2 in verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." See, the hopeful elect are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. And in NLT it says, "So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes." And we are, man. We've been blessed to understand the times we're in. While 2/3 of our people think that this place is never going to end, man. They think it's an endless time to, party and bullshit, man. Not knowing the Lord is closing up shop, man. World War III is at the door, man. There's never been a time in history that I've known that there's been so much talk about using nuclear weapons, man. I've never seen so much talk about using the nuclear weapons. This is 2 Corinthians 11 in verse 14. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So it's going to be presented to you as a miracle, man. Esau going to present his mark to you as a miracle, man, as a blessing. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. And his ministers is Elon Musk and those men that, putting these marketed, chips out there for you to use and to think that is going to, get you a step ahead and putting it in your brain and you'll be able to Google everything without even going to a computer. That's his ministers, man, of righteousness, the wicked. It says, whose end shall be according to their works. See, their end is going to be according to their works. And that's why we, always tell you about these false prophets, man. Do not follow any man that's telling you that the mark of the beast is sin or sleeping with white women or anything like that, man. That is not prophecy, because this man is making everything go digital. Like Iran came out and said he wants to crash the global economy because they know they have to switch the system. This system cannot go on with the digital system, man. They're not going to be able to keep the system afloat, which is the American dollar, they're gonna have to crash it, man, and start all over. Now, our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, was tempted, man. I want to hit this as well. And he stood firm, man. And that's why he left us great examples in his word to be firm, man, and believe and not waver, man, because he didn't. And Yahushua is our power, man. So if we were able to look back and see the Lord resisted all the temptations of the devil, we should be able to too, man. Because we have the truth. This is Matthew 4. In verse 1, it says, Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And see, we all are going to be tempted by the devil, man, because you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to go in these stores and walk freely around Babylon the Great and do what you've usually done unless you had this mark. It says, And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. So the time we're coming into, we're not going to be able to go in a store, man, and get food or go to a McDonald's or whatever, because all hell going to be breaking loose as well, man. So you're going to be hungry and, want to, go and do what you used to do, go get you a steak, and you was free to able to go to Applebee's and all these places. This is going to be the temptation, man. Because just like Yahushua, he was hungry, man. Let me continue on. I don't want to stop it. It says, and when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of Man, a son of power, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone. And that's the point, man. We're not going to be able to survive just because you get something to eat, man. You got to be able to tap into this word, man. You satisfied with bread now, but you're not going to be satisfied with the destruction if you're part of the destruction, man, because these scriptures are meant for our learning, man. Because the Lord went through this, man. It says, the end of 4, it says, But by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of power. See, that's what we got to lean on, man. And that's what we're doing now before the time comes. And you're not able to lean on the word and go and freely pick up your Bible and get a lesson or listen to the apostles or elders or the bishops or the men of the Lord, man. You got to get firm now in it, man. Let me continue on. It says, Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of power, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee. And that's what the Lord said he's going to do to his elect. He says, and in there, and I think it's in it's in Psalm 91, also in the second address, who give his own angels charge over thee and guide thee. Was it second address? I want to say 73. 1673. But continuing on, verse 6 again, it says, And he saith unto him, If thou be the Son of power, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Yahushua said unto him, It is written, Again thou shalt not tempt Yahweh Bashem Yahushua thy power. See, you're not going to be able to tempt the Lord, man, and get away with it. You're not going to be able to say, well, I'm going to just take it as soon as the Lord comes, I'm going to take it out or whatever. Man, we got to be prepared to even to die for this truth, man. And that's the point, man. Not even, but to be prepared in your mind and say, I give my life to the Lord, man. And that's, that's things that I say to myself, man, I pray the Lord be with me all the way to the very end, man. Because I do not want to be destroyed in the hands of the Lord, man. That's one thing, man. You can never take back, man. You in the kingdom and said, man, I got destroyed before the angels and the Lord, man. That's not what I want to. That's one of the main scriptures I wouldn't want to be fulfilled. Me in that being fulfilled, man. Me be a part of that fulfillment of prophecy, being destroyed in the presence of the Lord, man. I do not want to suffer the wrath of the Lord, man. Let me end it on this. This is Revelation 16, Revelation 13 and verse 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And I think that first video was over in Africa, man. I think it was in Africa when he made that video. I'm not for sure, but this is the hot topic, man, worldwide. 17, it says, and that no man shall buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And you can see that they're setting this thing up, man. You see what DJT said. They can go fall in your skin. And in the last video, the guy was telling you that you will be programmed with this mark, man. It'll be in you. 18, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that have the understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 3score and 6. So you're not going to have any excuse, man, if you take this man's mark, man. This as well as anyone. You're not going to have any excuse, because the Lord has blessed the men of the Lord to bring this prophecy to the forefront. Like I said, start with the apostles and the elders, man. I don't want to take credit for those men that taught me. But, man, you're not going to be able to say you didn't know. This is Revelations 14 and verse 9. This is what that video guy was going into. It says, and a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And see, that's what I'm telling you. I don't want to be a part of that, man. Because you 2/3 coming back in the kingdom, you're going to know you got to destroy before the Lord, man. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. See? I don't want to be a part of that, man. So I pray the Lord continue to have the spirit on me to continue to have faith in him to the very end, man, even if my life has to be laid down for him. And they had no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So there you have it, man. That's the hot topic, man, because this prophecy is about to be fulfilled, man. So I'm in it there, Lord, when it was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.